Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden 19 experiment on the channel. Today's experiment is one that we've tried in past Maddens, but from what I've noticed in Madden 19 franchise is that the simulation is wild. Like, I've seen teams that are disgustingly good that I've put together do worse in sim than teams that like don't even have like third and fourth corners on like the roster. So like, I don't understand. So today we're putting Madden 19 to the test and we're going to see if a full 99 overall team would ever lose a game. Now the way we're going about doing this is obviously we have a full 99 overall team across the board. Obviously we're going to do more than one simulation. We're going to do 5 minimum simulations for today's video to see if any time throughout any of those simulations this 99 overall team doesn't win the Super Bowl, and see, I mean, the most important thing is to see if the team ever loses a game. In the past, teams, like, keep in mind, these players, let me show you just to confirm with you guys, every single stat on every single one of these players is 99 across the board. For example, Donald Pumphrey Jr. could be a 99 overall quarterback too, so these players don't get any better than what they currently are. So, like, this, technically, like, factually speaking, is the best team by far in NFL history because every single player is as perfect as it gets. So, like I said, we're going to do 5 simulations, see if this team ever loses a game, and if by the end of those 5 simulations, we don't see any, like, if every game they play, they win and win the Super Bowl every single year, and every game by, like, a win by, like, 50, we know at that point, there's no point to keep on going because it just never will happen. But if we get to the point throughout 5 simulations, there's a game, maybe they only win by a touchdown, we might do a couple more to see, but I think we should have a concrete answer by the 5th simulation. So hopefully, guys, do enjoy today's experiment video, and if you do, make sure to drop a like. Also, within this experiment, we'll be able to see like how good this team actually does, like how good their offense will be, see if they can break some records, some crazy stuff like that too. But anyways, be sure to drop a like if you do enjoy the Madden 19 experiments. Let's see if we can smash 2,000 likes for today's video. If you guys have any other ideas for Madden 19 experiments, let me know in the comment section below. And if you see some awesome idea, you'll have a chance for me to make your idea into a video, and your comment will be featured in that video. Be sure to subscribe if you are new, turn on the notification bell if you haven't. With that said, let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs for this first simulation. We'll look a little bit more in depth in this first simulation than we do the others, but I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below how you think this is going to go. Do you think they're going to win every single game by a blowout, or do you think they might actually lose a game? So, of course, it looks like we did get a first round bye. In the last game we played, we won 63-0. And as you see, if you're just curious, let me show you guys, because this brings a talking point in its own right, is when you have a player that's 9 overall and they have an upgrade in the skill point, it just sits there. You can't do anything with it. It says you're max for every single player or every single archetype, and you just can't use the skill point. But with that said, fully expecting this team to have gone 16-0, but this is a weird glitch in Madden 19 franchise. If you have a 99 overall team, this shows you right here that the overall system is really weird. Like, it's impossible for it to actually say you have a 99 overall team. I noticed that in some of my review videos, like my offense will be a 99 overall or like a 97 overall, my defense will be like a 91, and I'll say my team overall is like a 90. Like, that doesn't make any sense, and that math there is not right. But here, as you see, I mean, it can't get any better. Every single player is 99 across the board, but yet it says our team overall is 97. So maybe that's just a glitch, I don't know. But anyways, looking at the record, and of course we did go 16-0. And just in case, we'll see around the rest of the NFL just for this first simulation, the Ravens went 15-1. Now that's wild. Never have seen the Ravens even, like, they rarely make the playoffs in sim. Oh my God. We scored 1,140 points, more than double of anybody else, and we only gave up 35. So, if I'm going to make a quick prediction here, I doubt we ever lose a game, but we'll have to see. But anyways, moving along, any other crazy things happening here? The Giants 13-3, Jets 13-3, or 3-13, Cowboys 4-12. No real surprises aside from the freaking Ravens going 15-1. Like I said, most time in sim, they like don't even make the playoffs. This time they go 15-1 and easily had the second best offense. So basically, I don't know why the Ravens did so good, but aside from the Ravens, we almost tripled every other offense in the NFL. Now, let's go to the stats really quick. I'm guessing that we had the MVP. So we had 8,218 total offensive yards and only gave up 2,763 yards, which I am curious to see. So offensively, we had almost 2,000 yards more than anybody else, and on defense, we gave up almost 1,500 yards less than anybody else. The Ravens, I don't know why the Ravens were so freaking good. But going into the awards, I'm curious, we did have the MVP Matt Jones. Okay, so guys, don't ask. I'm confused. I downloaded this roster off roster share, and for some reason there's 3 random players on the Ravens whose overall are 99. I guess it's okay, it's our players that got cut and got picked up. So that makes sense. So that's something I'll have to fix for the next simulation, but that's why the Ravens did so good. At least we have an answer for that one. So this first simulations, I mean, it doesn't really mess anything else up aside from the rest of the stats, but we'll probably end up playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl, but I'll give us an even tougher test to see if we can win. But what I do want to see is look at our stats across the board. Nick Foles only had 4,000 yards passing, 75 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Rushing yard wise, Matt Jones had 37 touchdowns, 7.6 yards per carry, and Donald Pumphrey had 19 touchdowns on the ground. Like, that's not really that bad. Receiving yards wise, Zach Ertz had 20 touchdowns through the air, and defensively, we had a couple guys exceed 3 guys to be exact, exceed 20 sacks. Insane scenes in Philadelphia, and that has to be some kind of NFL record. We had Nick Foles break the passing touchdowns record, Matt Jones break the rushing yards record. He also broke the rushing touchdowns record. Let's look at the schedule really quick and see if there's any games that came relatively close to losing. So the closest game we had on the year was 51 points. 51 points. 51-0 against the Panthers. That's the closest. Oh, no, I lied. The Falcons, 45-0. But now, dudes, we'll go ahead and sim to the Super Bowl. And if we don't win it, I'm going to be shocked. So judging by this first season, I doubt that we play... Wow. The Browns. We're playing the freaking Browns. What is going on with this sim? What I was going to say is all it ever takes is just one game. One game for the simulation to be weird, and we could lose, even as a 99 overall team, and even as a team that wins almost every game by like 50 or 60 points. So this first Super Bowl, we beat the Browns 70-0. With that said, poor freaking Browns. So the end of the second simulation, and of course, it looks like we got our first round bye. And we end up going, of course, 16-0. The Redskins holding their own in our division in these first 2 simulations. But anyways, you can look at the schedule really quick and see if there's any close games. Beat the Falcons. The Falcons put up 14 points on us. We beat the Giants 98-0. So we only beat the Cowboys and the Rams by 49 points. Now looking at the stats really quick, see what happens this time around. We had about the same amount of offensive yards. And defensively, I think we gave up a little bit more. But it looks like Nick Foles this time, dipped down a little bit. 73 touchdowns only to 4 interceptions. Had a little bit more passing yards, though. Matt Jones, 37 touchdowns. Donald Pumphrey Jr., 25 touchdowns. And defensively, our sack leader, I don't even know if they had 20 this time around. Fletcher Cox with only 19.5, so that's pretty disappointing. Now, I think we know at this point we're going to win the Super Bowl. But hey, like I said, all it takes is one simulation. Crazier things have happened. I think in the last one, we got extremely close to losing in Madden 18. So throughout 3 more, we might very well just lose a game. But if not, we'll be able to see if we actually can score like 200 points on somebody. But take it on the 9-6-1 Texans, and they are no match as we beat them 84-7. Poor souls. Simulation number 3, and once again another first round bye. And of course we go 16-0, but this time it's just so random. The Cowboys going from like winning 4 games to now winning 10 games. Looking at the stats one more time, I think we keep dipping down a little bit. I think our defense was about the same here. Let's see if it's about the same for Nick Foles. He throws 91 touchdown passes. That's a lot of touchdowns. That is a lot of freaking touchdowns. We'll have to see in these next 2 sims if somehow he can actually break 100. But that's about, as perfect as it possibly gets. So him and Nick Foles kind of traded for the touchdown stats. But Donald Pumphrey still pumping out some touchdowns. We had somebody with 30+ sacks. 31.5 sacks for Tim Jernigan, our defensive tackle. 112-0 against the Giants. Poor Giants. We're freaking blowing them out every single year. So this year, the Rams. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is why I didn't just end it after 1 year. The Rams only, I mean, I know that's still a blowout, but in comparison to everything else that's happened in this simulation, we've been winning games by 40, 50 points easily. We've won games by 112 points. We only won this game by 23 points. So like I said, something crazy could end up happening and we could end up losing the game. Will it happen? Probably not, but you never know. I guess we'll go ahead and sim past the Super Bowl and see if we get our 3rd consecutive Super Bowl ring, and we do 35-3 over the Ravens. So the Ravens actually made it to the Super Bowl one time. So poor Redskins, you know, we put up 111 points on them, but once again, another first round bye. And this time, we go 16-0. I don't know why I said this time, because this is the 4th time we've gone 16-0. But the Redskins still doing pretty good. But let's just go jump right into the schedule and see what the closest game was from this season. I mean, obviously we didn't lose, but did we get any closer than the 38-15 victory than we had against the Rams? So we didn't do as good this year against the Giants. But it looks like this time around, the Rams again, dude. This time by only 21 points. So apparently, the last 2 sims, when we travel to LA, stuff gets scary. Offense went up a little bit. First time Nick Foles actually led the NFL in passing yards. Defense, I think that's the best we did defensively this whole entire year. Looking at the player stats, Nick Foles dropped down a little bit in touchdown production, only 82 touchdowns this time. Rushing yard wise, Matt Jones with 32. That's definitely, you know, not bad. Let's see if somebody broke 31 sacks, and it looks like this time we didn't. But with that said, you know, let's see if our team can once again, for the 4th time in a row, win a Super Bowl by maybe like 125 points like they did last couple seasons. But this time around, we win against the Ravens again. Ravens have made it to the Super Bowl 2 consecutive sims, 38-0. We beat them this time around. So what do you know? We end up going 16-0 once again. So we have went 16-0 for 5 consecutive simulations. Now, let's see. The closest game thus far has been 21 points. Let's see if somehow maybe the Rams this year did it again. Going into the regular season, 87-0, 49-3. My Titans holding up pretty well. The Rams this time, yeah, this time we absolutely destroy them, 63-7. So we beat the Saints 117-0. What does the box score look like? That's nasty. 546 points. We make them turn the ball over 12 times. So no freaking wonder. No wonder we win these games by so many points. So Nick Foles only threw for 221 yards and 6 touchdowns. Drew Brees, poor Drew Brees. So how many turnovers did we have as a team? So if we go into team stats, curious now. So if we go to turnovers, we had 143 takeaways. So for the final time, let's check out the individual stats. Nick Foles, so he maxes out at 91 touchdowns in a single season. Rushing yard wise, Matt Jones with 35 touchdowns. I think his most was 37. And receiving yard wise, we had Markus Wheaton with 22 touchdowns. And defensively, we had our leader Brandon Graham with 26.5 sacks. So the most sacks anybody got was, I believe, 31.5, and that was Tim Jernigan doing the dang thing. So boys, this is our last chance for today's video for this 99 overall team to get a loss. I doubt it happens, but let's see who the poor soul is to finish off today's video. It's the Ravens again, and this time we beat them 86-14. So I think we've answered in today's video that a 99 overall team would more than likely never lose a game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video and at least found it a little bit interesting. If you did, make sure to drop a like. If you guys have any more ideas for Madden 19 experiments, let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't. But I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace.